This is a Sports Catastrophe production.
Hey there, hello there, it's Jeff Cutter Diamond welcoming you to another Sports Catastrophe birthday boy. Actually, no, for the first time in a long time, it's a birthday girl. Have I done a birthday girl? When was the last time I did a birthday girl? Holy crap. I didn't do a birthday girl for September 2024. Now, wow, this is a long time. It's not for lack of trying. I'm trying. But the fact of the matter is that, this is one of the best alpine ski racers of all time, winning 4 World Cup overall championships, only behind Anne-Marie Moser Pro and Mikaela Shiffrin, winning 3 straight titles in 08, 09, and 10, and another in 2012. Winning a gold medal at the 2010 Winter Olympics in Vancouver, winning 8 World Cup titles in the downhill, 5 in Super G, and 3 in the combined. She actually set the most World Cup Crystal Globe titles, surpassing the great Egmark Stenmark of Sweden, who did so in the late 70s, early 80s. She's won World Cup races in all 5 disciplines: downhill, Super G, giant slalom, and super combined. 82 World Cup races in her career before Schiffer beat that mark. And also Stenmark has that mark. But regardless of that, she's one of the most successful American ski racers of all time, and retired only in 2019. Her name, Lindsey Vonn, who is now 40 years old. So anyway, Lindsey Vonn, well, she was known as Lindsey Kildrow, and all that. So she had a big thing and all that. So it was just amazing what could happen here. Well, Lee Kildrow. So Lindsey Kildrow was her name before she got married to be Lindsey Vonn. So she grew up in the Twin Cities of Minnesota and all that. It was on skis for a long time. Anyway, she would commute to Colorado to trail and fail and all that. So they moved to Colorado in the late 90s, and it worked as Vonn would be part of the cadet slalom events, and then she would make her World Cup debut at age 16, November 2000 in Utah. At age 17, Vonn would race at both slalom and combined in Salt Lake City, taking 6th in the combined, which isn't bad for a 17-year-old. So anyway, she decided to train much better and took a bronze in Cortina in 2004, making her, that's the first World Cup podium and all of that. But then she would win the downhill at Lake Louise, Alberta in 2004. And did what she did. Anyway, at her second Olympics in 2006, she had the second best practice time. Yeah, but crashed in the second training run for the downhill race. She had to be evacuated to Torino and hospitalized overnight, despite a bruised hip and strong pain. She returned to the slope 2 days later and finished 8th, which got her the U.S. Olympic Spirit Award. Anyway, in 2008, she won the World Cup title, becoming the second American woman to do so, after Tamara McKinney in 1983. And Bodie Miller won the men's overall World Cup title to make sure that America got both the men and women's title, and won the World Cup season title downhill, and won 10 World Cup downhills. She would repeat as overall champ in 2009, the downhill champ, and the Super G champ. So she looked pretty impressive and all that. In 2009, in the World Championship, she became the first American woman to win the Super G title. Super combined, she won the downhill portion and looked decent in slalom, but split a gate and got DQ'd. She won the golden downhill anyway. So, anyway. She looked pretty good in all that. Vonn would win the overall title, the discipline, and downhill Super G and combined, and put up 33 wins. Her career total, beating Bonnie Miller for the most by an American. She was actually named the 2010 Female Athlete of the Year by the Associated Press. And then she planned to compete in every alpine event at the 2010 Winter Olympics in Vancouver. Many of the alpine skiing fans had to be moved back because of unseasonably warm weather, even though it's Vancouver, and bad port snow conditions. So practically that meant that she got more time to heal. In her first event, she won the downhill, beating her U.S. rival Julia Mancuso by 0.56 seconds, and becoming the first American woman to win Olympic gold in downhill. In the second event, she won the downhill part of the super combined, and then the slalom, she botched it. In her third event, the Super G, she took bronze behind Andrea Fischbacher of Austria, Tina Maze from Slovenia. She said that she did not ski the last part of the course aggressively, and that may have cost her dearly. In the giant slalom, her fourth event, fog affected visibility. Unfortunately, she broke her finger and she was out of the competition. And then in the slalom, she got disqualified for straddling a gate. So Vonn was hoping to win her fourth consecutive World Cup, but lost to Maria Reich of Austria by 3 points. So anyway, it didn't matter. She did pretty good for herself. And all that. Vonn had some illness problems and all that. But she tried what she could. Vonn crashed in the 2013 World Championships in Austria in the Super G when Sarah looked to nearby hospital. She tore her ACL and MCL in her right knee with a tibial fracture. So she said she would be coming back from the 2014 Winter Olympics. Unfortunately, though, she re-injured her right knee in December 2013, so she practically couldn't compete at the Winter Olympics. Anyway, she came back by December 2014 and looked pretty good, winning the downhill in only her second race back. And then she overtook Anne-Marie Moser for the most World Cup wins ever on the female circuit. Anyway, Vonn clinched the World Cup downhill for the seventh time, tying Moser Pro for that record, and all that, and had her fifth Super G title, and all that. So, anyway, unfortunately, she had a massive crash in November 2016. Came back for the World Cup in January 2017 in her second race back from injury. She won the downhill. So, anyway, she did want to represent. Well, she went to the 2018 Winter Olympics, but did not want to attend the White House reception. She won a gold medal. Well, she died for sixth in the women's Super G, and then won the bronze medal in women's downhill. Vonn actually dedicated her races to her grandfather, who was a Korean War veteran, who died in November. So, anyway, she decided to retire in the 2019, but after the 2019 season. Anyway. Yeah. She took a bronze in women's downhill at the World Championships when she finally retired. She was the oldest woman to win a medal at a world championship at age 34. So anyway, so she appeared in the 2016, 2019, and 2010 swimsuit edition. Okay. Alright. So Lindsay Kildrow married fellow 2002 Olympian Thomas Vonn in 2007, and then they would divorce after 4 years. She would still use the name Vonn, making Lindsay Vonn for her career. Matt Tiger was at a charity event in 2012 and dated from 2013 to 2015. She would then date an NFL assistant coach before splitting in 2017. In 2018, she started dating PK Subban, who was playing for the Predators in the NHL after Montreal got rid of him for one guy. Can't remember who it is. Mark Webber? That can't be right. Regardless of that, Vonn and Subban announced their engagement and all that. But they broke up in December of 2020. But they remained friends. So since 2021, she's been dating a co-founder of a tequila company, Diego Arcero. So anyway, she had a lot of things. 20 season titles, 4 in the overall, 8 downhill, 5 Super G, and 3 combined. So that made 20. Globes and all that. So yeah, she raced a lot. And like Louise, she does dominate in Canada. So personally, I wouldn't be too pleased about it. But yeah. So she tried to compete in the Olympics. She got burned a few times, but she did win an Olympic gold medal. So good on her. Anyway, I'm Jeff Diamond. I do